Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the first Monday of the month power meeting for Midwest Executive Realty and Prestige Property Management Services office team. You guys look fabulous as always. You're doing such a wonderful job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone in the office here. I'm glad to have you here from the real estate team and property management team. Again, welcome to the first Monday of the month power meeting, February 7th, 2022. First Monday of the month power meeting. This is where we get pumped up and thumped up and geared up and ready to go. Get on with our day, with our week, with the month here. And again, glad to have you on board. You all know our company core values that we subscribe to. Displayed on the screen there. We have integrity, honesty, respect, professionalism, communication, community service, and of course, code of ethics and standards of practice. And once again, welcome, welcome, welcome to the first Monday of the month power meeting for our real estate and property management team. Glad to have you guys here. I have an agenda that will help to keep us on track and stay focused, and I always like to maximize and respect everyone's time. So we do have an agenda with a few items here. We will go over some property management items, new standardization items for the property management team, as well as the leasing and rental team that we're going to go over shortly. And then I'm going to introduce our new agents, and we'll turn it over to the real estate team. And then we have a special guest from the lending sector that I will introduce to you and let you get to know a little bit more about him and his services and what they're able to offer. So that's the agenda for today. Shall we get started? All right, awesome. Let's get right into it. For the property management team, we're going to be standardizing the unit turnarounds. So that means we're going to be doing all of our unit turnarounds. Everything's going to be the same way going forward with all of our unit turnarounds, regardless of whether they're single family or duplex or multi-unit. We're going to have some items that are going to be standardized. So, you know, for the property management team, for the contractors and maintenance guys that are doing the unit turnarounds, we just want to make sure that we're including all of these items on all of our properties going forward. So first on the list, came up a little early, but first on the list here is door stoppers. So we want to make sure that we have door stoppers on all of the properties. So make sure you're putting the door stoppers in when you're doing the unit turnarounds. If they're not on your work order, if you don't see these items on your work order, you know, add them in and include the cost on your final invoice. All right. So door stoppers behind all the doors going forward. We want to make sure that we're turning over the units with light bulbs. So we want to install light bulbs and make sure all of the light fixtures, light switches, and everything is working. Because when we're showing the units, when the showing agents and you know, when we're showing the units, the prospective tenants, you know, they're going to go room by room, right? They're going to go room by room. They're going to flip switches. They're going to turn on the switch, and you know, they're walking through the living room or the bedrooms or the bathroom, kitchen, and they want to see everything. So they're going to flip the switches and, you know, see if everything's working and see how it looks. And, you know, so we'll make sure that we have all the light bulbs installed in all of the light fixtures and everything is properly working. And, you know, keep the cost reasonable. You know, a long time ago, I used to get a box of light bulbs for what, 25, 30 bucks. I don't know. Have they gone up to like 50 bucks or something? I don't know. You get a pack of them. You get a pack of what, 30, 40, 50 light bulbs. Now, you know, once the tenants move in, you know, it's the tenant's responsibility to replace the light bulbs. We're not going to replace light bulbs after they move in. But prior to moving in, when we turn the units over, we do want all of the light bulbs to be installed and everything to be properly working. Does that make sense? All right, awesome. We want to make sure that the bathtubs are recaulked the tub surround areas, toilets and sinks. What we don't want to see. We don't want to walk into a bathroom and you see those black stains around the tub, or water stains, mildew stains, and all of that. So when we're cleaning and doing the unit turnaround, just make sure that we're recalking the bathtubs and the tub surround so that everything looks nice and neat and clean and nice and crisp. Because again, we want these units to be move-in ready, so that when we're showing them, the prospective tenant or applicant walks in and, there's no issues with that. We want them to be move-in ready. So again, recalk or caulk as needed, as necessary around those high traffic areas, high water areas, and so that it looks nice and neat and clean, move-in ready. Vent cleaning. Since you guys are going to be up doing painting of the walls and the ceilings and things of that nature, we want to go ahead and clean the vents. Because some of these units, maybe the tenants have lived there for several years, multiple years, and the vents haven't been cleaned since they moved in. Some of them 5, 10 years, so we want to get all the vents clean. So, while you're up there painting and whatnot and doing repairs, let's take those vents down or open them up or whatever you need to do to clean them, so that they can get a good cleaning and remove all of the dust and dirt and everything that accumulates over the months and over the years. So that's going to be a standardized item going forward for all unit turnarounds, vent cleaning. If you have a rate sheet or a price sheet, you want to get over to me so so we can alert the owners and the property owners what this cost will be in addition to regular maintenance and repair costs. So again, we want to be reasonable with our price points and with our costs. So vent cleaning going forward for the properties. And we want to make sure that the plumbing is functioning properly, fix any slow drains, any slow or clogged drains, snake them all out. When you have your tools with you, when you're there doing all the work and the unit turnaround, just run through all the sinks, kitchen, bathroom, make sure everything is snaked out and properly running. And we'll do this again. We provide this service prior to the tenant moving in. Once the tenant moves in, then they're responsible to maintain the plumbing and the sinks and the drains and things of that nature. But when we turn the unit over, we want to make sure that all of this is taken care of prior to the new tenant move-in. All right. For next, we have cleaning out the cabinets and the drawers. So we want to make sure that when you're doing the clean out and the trash out of the units, that you're opening up all the cabinets, open up all the drawers, make sure they're all cleaned out, wipe them down, things of that nature. Now we're not going to put contact paper in the cabinets, kitchen cabinets, and things of that nature. That the tenants are more than welcome to do that once they move in. But again, when turning over the units, we do want to make sure that all of the cabinets are properly cleaned out. Drawers, make sure you open up all the drawers. We've gone into a few units, and lo and behold, open up a drawer and, oh look, there's still some silverware in this drawer. Or open up a cabinet door and, oh geez, they left their dishes, they left some plates and cups and personal belongings and things still in the cabinets in the door. So make sure you open up all the cabinets, all the drawers, clean them out or pull them out and empty them out, however you do it. Just check them all, make sure everything is properly cleaned out, because we're charging this to the clients, and we don't want to miss anything and have anything unturned. And then you got to go back and you got to redo this or redo that, and then that's an extra fee, extra charge, it's extra time for you. So we want to make sure we do everything right the first time while you're there doing your unit turnaround, doing your cleaning, your trash out, your painting, and whatever else that has to be done. We also want to fix those doorknob holes, and that goes along with the door stopper item. So when you notice, the door holes, make sure you're checking behind all of the doors, repairing any holes in the walls, and make those wall repairs, drywall repairs, and then make sure that the door stopper is installed, because again, we want to be proactive with the repairs and prevent future repairs, future damages, if we can, with the door stoppers and the repairing the door doorknob holes. Any bedrooms that have locks on them, we want to remove the locks on those bedroom doors. Make sure that they are non-locking doorknob locks. We don't want children or minors or anyone getting locked in those bedrooms. Give you a perfect example. I was at a property one time doing a showing, and a couple was there, and they had two small children. One of the children wandered off into a bedroom. Closed the door, accidentally locked herself in there. And so luckily, one of the maintenance guys was on site. He had his tools with him, and he came and did what he had to do to unlock and open that door. So we don't want children or kids or anyone getting locked in the bedroom by mistake or on accident. So make sure that the bedroom doors don't have locks on them, and remove any locking doorknobs or locking mechanisms should be removed. And again, if the tenant wishes to place locks on after they move in, that's on them. But as for us, for the property management team, when we're turning the units over, we don't want those locking mechanisms on the door for safety reasons. Of course, we want to make sure that the property has working smoke and carbon monoxide detectors on each level. We're required to have smoke carbon detectors on each floor, so basement, first floor, second floor, attic. Each floor has to have a working smoke and carbon monoxide detector. We are installing the new 10-year sealed detectors, and so when you install the smoke and carbon detectors, if you can write on there, if you have a Sharpie or something to write that the data was installed. So if you're turning a unit around and you're putting in a new smoke and carbon detector this month, then you would write on there, just a month and the year. So you would write February 2022, or you can write 2022, so that we can keep track of that. So let's say we no longer own the property 10 years from now, and there's a new owner, there's a new management company, then and so when they get ready to turn the unit over, they'll see that, oh, this smoke detector is over 10 years old, so it's time for me to replace it. So whoever has the property at that point, it will help them to replace that detector. And also, I want to mention to you guys that if you're at a property or if you're at a building and you hear a beeping or a chirping detector, um, please be proactive and repair it or replace it. We don't want to walk into our properties or into our buildings and we hear detectors that are beeping or chirping. They're beeping or chirping for a reason. So there's something wrong with it. We need to go check it out. If it's a low battery or something, or maybe something else is going on, go check it out while you're there on site. Make sure there's no issues. If it's a carbon detector, make sure there's no issues with carbon monoxide, and if it's an old unit that needs to be replaced, then swap it out and replace it. And make sure that you leave the property. We want to leave our properties and our buildings better than we found them, right? Just like you leave your community better than you found it. So if you hear something beeping and chirping, go check it out and take care of it. And the usual, send in the invoice with the before-after photos. And again, you want to check for other safety issues such as loose or missing handrails. If you see a handrail that's loose, is secured, make sure it's secured or re-secure it. We'll make sure that the windows can properly open and close and that they're not painted shut. And this happens sometimes by mistake, by accident. When you're painting, accidentally paint the window shut or something. So make sure that all the windows can properly open and close. That is a safety hazard and a fire code violation. We don't want windows to be painted shut. Same thing with light switches. Which they should be removed when you're painting, but make sure that those light switches that you can turn them off and on, and all the windows have to open and close properly. All right, moving along to repair and maintenance service calls. When you guys receive a work order or a new work assignment, you want to, and you're doing a great job with this, but these are just some reminders and pointers. So make sure that you're reaching out to the tenants immediately or right away, as soon as you can, to confirm that you have a new work order for them and you want to schedule an appointment. So when you receive the work order, we want to give them a call. All of their contact information should be included on that work order. So when you receive it, it will list the property address, the tenant name, phone number, and then the maintenance repair requested items. So you contact them right away and say, hey, I received a work order, or for whatever it is, the item is, I wanted to give you a call to schedule an appointment. When can I come by and take a look at it or repair it? And make sure that you follow up with that appointment. So you want to confirm the appointment with the resident and then give them a call when you're en route to the property or prior to arrival. If you schedule an appointment for, let's say you call them up today and you schedule an appointment for 12 o'clock tomorrow, if you're at a previous job site and let's say it's 11 o'clock or it's going on 11:30 and you're not quite done, give them a call and let them know, hey, I'm wrapping up another job. I'm running a little bit behind. I might not get there until 12:30. Will that be okay? Because again, we want to be transparent in our communications. You don't want to set an appointment with them at 12 o'clock and then you show up at 12:30 or 1 o'clock or later, and then no one's home to let you in. And then we get into communication issues and rescheduling issues. Again, you want to make the most use of your time. You don't want to keep going back and forth. And then if they miss an appointment, then they could get charged a trip fee. And we don't like to charge a trip fee to the residents, and they obviously don't like it. So we want to try to communicate with them as much as possible and just confirm the appointment time. I like to give a window time frame, much like with the cable company, when you make an appointment with, let's say, the cable company or the phone company or the utility company, they'll give you a time frame, right? They'll say, look, we can schedule you from 8 to 12 or from 1 to 5. Which one would you like? And then you pick a time frame. And I think that works well for a lot of residents, because then they know that they will have to block off that amount of time. So if you schedule for tomorrow, let's say from 1 to 4, then they know that they have to be on call or available between 1 to 4. And if you let them know, hey, I'm going to call you, at least a half hour when I'm en route to the property, then they know that they have to be available between that time frame so that they can get back home to let you in, or maybe someone else has to let you in, because once the tenants move in, we remove the lockbox from the property, so there's no lockbox on the property for you to access. And some of them might have pets or dogs, and so they have to be home anyway to let you in. Or there might be minors at home and they want an adult present, or an adult should be present, things of that nature. So it's best to give a time frame, even if it's a 2-hour time frame, and say, hey, I can schedule you tomorrow between 2 and 4. Would that work? And then just confirm with them and follow up again when you're ready to head to that site location. Now, again, if you can't make it or you're running late, you just want to communicate that with them and call. What happens if they don't answer? Well, you leave a message, send a text message if you like, and try to reach out to them and let them know, hey, I'm running behind. Can we reschedule, or is anyone home? Is someone going to be home in the next hour so I can come by and take care of that issue? If there's no communication, document it and include that on your invoice, and then we will move forward with the trip fee, which we don't like to do, but if we make repeated attempts to try to schedule this requested maintenance or repair, then there will be a trip fee that will be incurred and added to the tenant's rent ledger. But again, just keep the communications open and always maintain professionalism. Be respectful and courteous with all of our residents. And treat the home as if it's your own. Clean up, lock up when done, and maintain communication and transparency. Another thing that helps is to properly be properly identified. So that can be in the form of car magnets on your vehicles, name badges, or I always like to see the orange construction cones outside of your vehicle. That sends a message that you're professional, you take your business serious, and you're there on business, right? We've had a couple of calls where residents were concerned, and rightfully so. Um, and they wanted to know, well, there's an unmarked vehicle in front of my house, or there's an unmarked vehicle pulling up in my driveway. I don't know who this is. Who is this person on my porch? Who is this person at my door? If you're not identified, then they may be there. There may be some apprehension, and rightfully so. So if you have car magnets, put them on your vehicle, your truck, your van, whatever your work vehicle is, so that you're properly identified. You don't want to pull up in front of people's house and they don't know who you are, why you're there. There's a lot going on in our city and in our communities, and people are, very, they tend to be apprehensive and, just nervous about things. There's a lot going on, a lot of funny business, monkey business going on, so you can never be too careful and too safe. So we want to make sure that we are a cut above the rest, and that we are maintaining professionalism and courteous and respectful and just properly identifying yourself. And you should be in communications with them as well. When you call, you can let them know, okay, I'm going to be driving a blue van or a white truck or whatever. So then they'll know to be on the lookout when they see this blue van pull up. Oh, that's the maintenance guy. That's the contractor. And then once they get to know you, they know your vehicle. Then they know, oh yeah, there's the maintenance guy. He always comes in in his truck, and you have a ladder on your truck or whatever. So once they get comfortable and get to know you, then everything should be fine. But again, just maintain a level of professionalism, and show that you have pride in your work and that you take your work seriously. And then lastly, for the property management team and our workers and contractors, just make sure that you have your before after photos with your invoice. And you guys have been you've been doing this. You've been doing a great job with that, with the before and after photos to be submitted with your invoice for payout for the payment request, and then allow 3 to 5 business days for payout. We obviously pay quicker. I pay much quicker than that most of the time, but just in case we get backlogged or get a ton of repair and maintenance requests and invoices, just know that it could take up to 3 to 5 business days for payout, but we've been paying much faster than that. So we've got very quick turnaround times on those payment requests and those invoices, because we wanted to keep you paid and get everyone paid so we can keep things moving along, right? And of course, there's a 3% processing fee on the back end. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect you guys. This is kind of on the back end for our processing accounting team. Our bank charges at least 3% to process online payments. So then this is added to some of the client statements, just so that we can cover our bank fees, okay? Because we're not, not trying to make a ton of money. Some companies mark up 5, 6, 7%, but we are, I'm just trying to cover the bank fees. So we have the 3% processing fee to cover those 3% bank fees. Moving on to rental and leasing industry. Many of you are familiar with the Barada properties, right? The properties with the rocks and the boulders in front of them. Those all those multi-units around the city of Milwaukee. And It was recently reported in the news last week that the Barada property, or the Barada attorneys, recently filed over 800 evictions. Wow, that is a lot. And I heard that it was over 900 evictions. So that is a lot. So that, wow, I can't even fathom filing that many evictions. I heard that it was kind of staggered, so they did maybe 50 evictions per week, or they've been filing anywhere from 50 to 100 evictions per week since the beginning of the year, and they're up somewhere around 800, 900 evictions. I can't even imagine what that what that looks like. That's a lot of evictions, and that's a lot of properties and a lot of buildings with no income. So, and that's a probably a result of the COVID-19 uh, situation. But anyway, so that was reported in the news, and so we're going as a result of those all of those evictions being filed. We're obviously going to see a flood of prospective tenants on the way. I mean, this is going to create a not only a flood, but a tidal wave or a a, a tsunami of uh, tenants, people that are going to be looking for housing, right? With that many evictions coming down the pike, we're going to see a tsunami of tenants and people that are going to be looking for housing. We will gladly encourage them to apply on our website and review our rental requirements. They're listed on our website at prestigemilwaukee.com, and they can view all of the rental requirements. However, one of the main rental requirements is that they can't have any recent evictions. So if they're being evicted, then that's going to disqualify them from a lot of properties, a lot of rental homes, unfortunately. Now, there are agencies out there, third party agencies, community agencies that are working with these residents to help them secure financing and secure housing. But if there's an eviction, a recent eviction, and they're just getting evicted this month or last month, then that may obviously cause uh, some concerns and some delays. But they are definitely encouraged to apply on the website or come to the office and apply. We do work with Section 8 rent assistance. As you know, we will accept Section 8 rent assistance for city and county housing vouchers. However, we do not currently work with the emergency housing vouchers, but we will work with Section 8 housing. All right, moving on to the real estate team. Welcome the fabulous real estate team and the fabulous ladies on our team that recently joined. It is my honor and pleasure, it's my distinct honor and pleasure to welcome Mrs. Catherine Richards and Mrs. April Bates to the real estate team at Midwest Executive Realty. Welcome, 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 ladies. Again, it is an honor and a pleasure to have you on board. Um, we are delighted, and I am just delighted to have these awesome women of God, uh, leaders in the ministry and in the community, uh, joining our team in our office. They have been doing some fabulous things. Uh, Miss April had a couple of closings already, and she's working on another one. Uh, Mrs. Catherine has an offer under contract, has an accepted offer. Congrats on that. Congratulations. And working with some additional buyers and in securing a home for them. So congrats, congrats. Again, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are just delighted to have you on board and to join our real estate team. And I'm looking forward to seeing these ladies do some fabulous things this year. This is going to be an amazing, amazing, wonderful year. So again, welcome uh, Catherine and April to Midwest Executive Realty. If anyone would like to reach out to them, their contact information is displayed on the screen. You have their email address and the phone number. Feel free to contact them. And if you're looking to buy or sell or invest in real estate, they can help you with that, and they can help you with any of your real estate needs. So again, welcome, 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 and thank you. All right, next on the agenda, and our final agenda item, I would like to take this time and opportunity to welcome Mr. Michael Julius. He is a branch manager, or the branch manager at Academy Mortgage Corporation. It is one of the top 10 largest wholesale lenders in the area. Mike has over 23 years of lending experience. 10 of those years, he owned his own mortgage company. He is a certified liability specialist, and he has been awarded the 5-star Mortgage Professional Award for multi years. And he is known in the greater Milwaukee area as the lender who can get deals done. Wow. Mr. Mike Julius, it is a pleasure and an honor to welcome him. And we actually spoke with him earlier on the live session that was conducted earlier, and he had some great information that he shared with the team. And so I was just delighted to welcome him to join us at our first Monday of the month power meeting. And he certainly got us pumped up and powered up and gave us some great information to share with our real estate team and the agents that are working with some buyers. So again, Mike Julius, branch manager at Academy Mortgage Corporation. A little bit about what he can do for you guys, real estate agents working with buyers. He works with the government loans, including the FHA, VA, USDA, and WIDA loans. They offer. He can work with buyers who have a credit score as low as 580. And then the WIDA program is 100% financed, so there's no down payment with WIDA, similar to the VA loans where there's no down payment. And with the WIDA, the buyer has to have at least a minimum 620 credit score to potentially qualify for that loan. And so Mike has closed over 100 renovation loans, including the FHA 203K loan and the Fannie Mae Home Style loan. FHA 203K is for renovation loans. And so he shared with us that, if you have an appraisal that comes back with some required repair work that's needed, or maybe you have a client that wants to purchase a home, and then they can include the renovation costs in the loan to buy the home, to help purchase the home. So that's what the renovation loan is all about, and the FHA 203K loan is a great product for that. And again, feel free to reach out to Mr. Julius direct. His contact information is on the screen. His phone number is 414-635-6422. Again, 414-635-6422, or you can email him at the email address that's listed there on the screen. And he had some great information and just a great resource for real estate agents and buyers who maybe have some challenges or some issues. I actually had an opportunity to work with him last year on a deal where a buyer was denied a loan, and because they were originally approved, and then I think it was a few days before closing, that lender repulled credit or something came up, and so then the loan was denied, and the buyer was not able to close at that time. So then they got in touch with Mike Julius, and he was able to work with that buyer and eventually get them closed. And we were able to close with the same buyer on the same property in about 3 weeks. So it didn't even take a month. I don't think it was a full month. It might have been 2 or 3 weeks, or 2.5 weeks, or 3 weeks. But he was able to work with them and get them closed and get them in a house, get them in their new home. So that's my experience with Mike, and I invite you and encourage you to reach out to him if you have questions or buyers that you're working with, and there may be some challenges or issues up ahead, and you definitely want to have a strong lending partner to help navigate those waters. So reach out, give Mike Julius a call, and he can certainly help navigate those areas. And that concludes the meeting, the first Monday of the month power meeting. I always like to say that teamwork makes the dream work. And hey, I couldn't do any of this without you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you do, making me look good, making this company look good. Again, it's a team effort. There's no I in team. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are amazing. You bring so much talent, talent and skill to the table, that it just it overwhelms me sometimes, with what you guys can do. I could never do it alone. Half of the stuff I can't do by myself. I try to stay in my lane. I know what I'm good at, and that's what I do. I stay in my lane. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You are amazing. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Um, we did have a Q&A session earlier at the live session. Earlier this morning, and again, we had some great information and resources that were shared with the real estate and team and the property management and leasing team. So, if you'd like to get in touch with our property management and leasing team, feel free to reach out to that department at 414-716-6270. Again, for property management and leasing rental information, you can contact 414-716-6270, or if you are a buyer or seller, or if you have some real estate needs or questions, you can contact our real estate team at 414-395-8771. Again, that phone number is 414-395-8771. Thank you guys so much. It is always a pleasure and an honor to serve in this capacity. I thank you for joining listening in, tuning in, chiming in. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful and a blessed day. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you real soon. God bless.